You know, it's one of those days when, like, I honestly feel as if the market gods, they're looking at me and they're saying, "This fucking guy, this fucking guy, watch this." So check out this is a recap. We have essentially, not essentially, a $0 P&L. This was a true break-even trade on the Russell 2000. I'll talk about well, let's just dive right into it. So essentially, we're seeing this breakdown occur. This is the S&P, so I've been watching this, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Like, it's breaking down. I liked the Russell. It had been much weaker just in general, or it was the weakest technically by percentage on the day. But a couple things that kind of threw, not that I'll talk about in a second. So essentially, I get in this trade right where, not like right on the break, but like shortly after the break, a few minutes after the break. And I get the move down more than halfway to my target. I go, okay, move the stop loss to break even, standard procedure. And if you zoom in, you'll see this wick right here just nip my entry point, and then immediately proceed to hit target. And then now it's bouncing. So hey, cool, go. You can bounce all you want. Now it's a shame that we just got stopped, but that's what sometimes it happens. You know. So I go. This is another one of those I've talked about in the past, in past recaps on my other channel. Like, you could go back and forth all day and be like, "Oh, this is why you just set it and forget it. This is why you shouldn't move the stop." Totally get you, got it, fair. What's going to happen is some of these trades that you'll set and forget will end up doing essentially just missing the target and then hitting your stop, hitting a full loss. And you'll lose fully, and you'll go, oh man, I got the move right, but I lost fully on the trade pretty much. And then some will work, and some will hit your break even stop. So you're gonna have, or if you move the stop break even, it's really irrelevant. If I notice a very recurring theme where it's happening a lot, then it's something to change. But this happens sometimes, and this is one of those sometimes situations. So the thing that I think, looking back, could have avoided this from happening in the first place is playing the S&P or the NASDAQ. If you go back to these charts, I believe the NASDAQ was the NASDAQ chart looked a bit weaker, and I believe it broke down its low of the day first, meaning like it broke before the Russell. So this candlestick right here is the 1500 time slot, and the candlestick that's the same. Yeah, the Russell was not as weak as the NASDAQ at that break. So technically, at that specific time, there was weaker NASDAQ and the S&P were weaker, but the Russell was down more on the day. So I thought of it as like, oh no, I'll go with where we have more movement on the day, more volatility. This has a better chance of making a 1% move down, which is what the target would have been, or what it was. It was 1.38%, which is crazy. It went like a 1.5% from the entry point, which is even more, like almost 2% from the breakout point, the breakdown point, in a matter of like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. But that happens as part of the game. But the good news is that it's not a loss. Like, you could have had a situation where you get the move, you pick the move, you dial it in, you nail the move. You're like, oh, we pretty much had what I wanted, and then it hits your target, but then you lose because it bounces back up and it goes. We didn't have that, which is fine. It's okay. So we'll take a break even on that one. No biggie. Yeah, we're down. We're still down from the other stock, the two stock trades that really shouldn't have lost this much, but they did based off the circumstances and the whole tariff stuff. Those swings, but it's essentially 1 to 2 trades away. Based on the sizing I've been playing right now, probably 2 trades away from potentially going back green on the month. So you're right there based off my sizing, but not that really matters, to be honest with you, that much. So crazy things though. Otherwise, this is nuts. Hasn't been this low for this long in a while. Maybe, I don't want to say ever, because I haven't watched it that long and I haven't looked back far enough, but it's been holding down here for multiple days, which is pretty impressive. Usually does not happen. VIX holding up, put call ratios holding up. Everything's looking like, dude, like we're right in the middle of it right here. Like, we're in the middle of this volatility. So I'm more skeptical of taking trades. But if I'm going to take a trade, it's going to be on a momentum play like that with the direction we're going with and on a time frame that I know I can control. Obviously, I can't control the news, and anything can happen at any time. But you go into a position overnight and you're swinging overnight and you go to bed, you have no idea who's going to say something, and there's a chance that somebody will say something, and the markets are going to take that either positively or negatively or not at all, and who the fuck knows? No, you don't know. So it's like you don't need to put yourself in those situations. Certain ones like this, when everything aligns, we're all aligned, weakness is there, the volume is there, we're near end of day, we have a potential for a flush, we got the flush, the move was there, and honestly, if I played the S&P, would have worked. Play the NASDAQ, would have worked. The Russell honestly would have worked, just that it nipped literally a couple of ticks. Had I entered the position a couple of ticks earlier or a couple of ticks higher, when I moved my stop back to break even, we would have just come shy of it and then rolled over. And it's just sometimes that's how it goes. So thanks so much for watching. I'll leave a link to TradeZella where I track everything down below. Code TC10, save to 10%. I'll see you in the next recap. Peace.